Hello, everyone. Today is Sunday, January 23rd. Welcome to UB Chart Traders weekly review session. Today we are reviewing the following symbols: OCGN, CRSR, Zillow, MRK, Disney, Boeing, CRM, Eli Lilly, Microsoft, Accenture, Goldman Sachs, and Tesla, Amazon. Okay, let's start with OCGN. This is the symbol where this is a day chart, and let's look at let's say 1 year day chart here. If we look at the so technically, if we see the stock did break even the 5.14. Of course, it did make this double top around $16. So it did complete the cup. However, it did not hold that. So it just failed at 9.33 also. And then it started breaking down. So currently the consolidation should happen around this area, because the stock had moved very nicely from this current $3 level. So the volume is also kind of reduced. Hopefully the sellers are kind of getting reduced too. Maybe it's a time to start looking at the stock to show some action with some good news. Let's see how 2022 plays. But as of now, OCGN is still in the bearish mode. Nothing much positive that we can see from the stock perspective. Definitely the stock is oversold compared to the last, 1 year back where we were. So let's see how the stock behaves in 2022. So let's move on to CRSR. Corsair, I think the stock is consolidating around 19 level. It should not break this 19, because if it breaks 19, so then the next support level is going to be around 18, and then it's the lifetime low of $14. So that will be the next target in case if it breaks 19, or else it will go to 23, and then it has to come back into this consolidation zone, which is very critical. So that if it goes above 22, so then there is a, we can look at more positive momentum. But at this point of time, nice consolidation. That's a good sign from the last, at least for more than a month or so, it is consolidating very well. Look at the history here. So it did consolidate here also, it broke, and then it came down. So now it is consolidating around this level. So hopefully it holds. If it doesn't, so then you can expect one more sell-off, which will bring the stock to $14. Okay. So very crucial level is 19 to 20, the 20, you could say. Okay. Let's go to the Zillow. So Zillow, very interesting chart. There's a daily chart. And as you can see, the daily, the stock, in fact, we discussed this during our previous session also. So the critical point is like 52 to 50, the 65. So that was the range that we expected it to move. And it did, in fact, between 52 to like 62. It's around $10 movement. However, it's slightly risky at this moment, around 52. If it breaks 52, so then the next support we will have is around 44. But overall, I think the stock is looking good, from the consolidation perspective. So around 44 will be very good price if it falls during this week or upcoming week, maybe. Okay, so just keep an important level at which the Zillow is currently. After this huge sell-off, so definitely we can expect some more corrections to happen to the stock. So 44 to 52 could be the new range in the coming weeks, if it breaks 52. So or else again, it might retest 62. Okay, just keep a close eye on 52, which is a very crucial point at this moment. So MRK, so this is a 3-year day chart. very nicely consolidated. You know, the stock is consolidating between 72 to 86. Currently, the stock is at almost the upper end of the channel. So hopefully, sorry. Yeah. So the stock is between 72 to 86. So very good consolidation around this level. I mean, the long, if we have to consider, if it breaks 86 and then stays above 86, then you can expect it to go to 130. So only thing is we will have to watch whether it's going to really going to, you know, break the 72 level. So in that case, it will come to 62. Okay. So just keep a close eye on the 72 and 86 as the two critical price points for MRK. Disney, it did consolidate between 142 and 150. However, it broke this 142. So the next support, what we can see is 130. Hopefully, you might see some kind of a bounce, you know, above 142, and then maybe it might retest around 150, and it might come back and you know test the 130 level. Let's see. I think there was a huge sell-off. So anything below 142. We can still consider that as bearish, and the stock might retest a 130 level. Okay, so that's Disney. Boeing is, if we look at the long term in the 3-year, this resistance line, and it stayed above this resistance line, and also that some consolidation is happening between 200 to 212. So this range, I think we will have to allow Boeing to really consolidate in this range, and anything above like 215 level, so seems to be bullish. Okay, so that's about Boeing. CRM is consolidating at the now in this range from 211 to 226. However, we could see some more sell-off that happened in the last 1 or 2 weeks. We will have to just watch for it to test the 209 level. But overall, if we really consider the stocks, you know, technically, I think very good corrections happen. It should not break this 210, so or else it will retest like 193, and then worst case scenario 167. So hopefully it doesn't come here. So just keep a close eye on this 209 as a very good support level for CRM. Okay. Eli Lilly, it is right now on the bottom of the channel. Okay, so it should hold the 240 and 244. So this range, it is bottom of the channel, even both in the rectangle if we see, and also if we see the long-term support line here. So it's positioned, you know, at a good price point with a good correction from 283 to 243. Let's see if it holds 240 in the next week. So if it breaks that, so then the next support level is around 220. But if it breaks this again, you will see some more corrections that might happen. Okay. So for us, the stock has to remain above this support line. So that's about Eli Lilly. Microsoft, as we discussed, as we reviewed in fact last week, this is the important price point, like 305. It did break 305 and started moving towards, inside the channel. So it did come inside the channel now. So let's see if it's going to retest like 293 and then 280 around. So this lower end of the channel, it has to test and then bounce back. But right now there is some weakness here. So hopefully it holds this current position, the current price point, and bounces back. But again, now this particular channel, upper end of the channel is going to act as resistance for Microsoft for now. And if it's, as long as it stays below this upper end of the channel, you will see some minor corrections that will happen to Microsoft. Okay, so but it was very critical for us to see that 305 should have not broken here. So that's Microsoft. Accenture, very bad situation here. Look at this. It did break this long-term support channel here. I mean, the bottom of the channel, that is around like 350. That has built in some kind of a weakness in the stock. So with the next targets maybe around 316 to 293. So between 316 and 293 is going to be the next target. So as long as it stays below this particular support. Okay. So Accenture, some weaknesses there from the technical perspective. Yes. Goldman Sachs, it's very unfortunate. It did break 380 level. And after that, the next support was 367. It did break 367 also. And the next support was 346. I think it is trying to hold this level. If not, so then the next targets will be around 320 or maybe 309. Okay. So, but there is some, the stock has to bounce from here. Like, it has to stay above 345 for it to really continue its trend. But at this moment, there is some kind of a weakness that has come into picture here. Let's look at the weekly chart. So from the weekly chart perspective, if you see, it did form a nice, the curve for a quite number of weeks here. And then it has gone up. So there is some sell-off that happened. Hopefully it holds this 277. That could be the worst case scenario, but any pullback is going to be an opportunity for it from the long-term perspective. So the stock has to go to 488. So once the situation improves, but for now there is some pain. It did reverse. So just wait for it to consolidate and then go up. Okay. So that's about Goldman Sachs. Tesla, let's go and check the 3-year day chart. So Tesla, it did again break this 1017. And once it broke that, it came inside this channel. So the downward channel, which is there. So which means the stock has the potential to, come and retest the lower end of the channel, which will be around 800 level. So if it comes here again, we can expect it to go back to 966, around 950 level. So if it, continues to stay below 980, so that's where the next target on the next moment of what we can expect for Tesla. So around 900 seems to be a good support here. But if it doesn't, so then I think the 820, around 830, so that level. So this is a zone where it has more potential to bounce back. So Tesla, just keep an eye on this particular channel, the downward channel, which it formed like quite some time back. Okay. Good resistance around this area. So let's see how the earnings play here. Like, so whether it's going to be like a shoulder, head, and then shoulder. So in case if there's one more, condition which is there, in case if it stays here and then tries to move above like, 1000 level, there is a chance that it might break 1200 and then make a new high towards 1400 or 1500. There is a possibility of reversal in this case, but kind of reverse head and inverse head and shoulder kind of a situation that we can think of for Tesla. Okay, So let's look at that. So basically, if it breaks and stays below 980, the target will be 820. If it stays above 1020, so then the target will be, could be that, you know, it can go to 1500 too, you know, if the earning is good. Okay, the last one is the Amazon for today. Amazon did, you know, test the lower end of this channel, the support level. Basically, it did break this channel, which was there for quite some time, like, you know, 3000 to 3400. So that was the zone. It did break that, and then it is testing the 2800 level. Hopefully, it holds the 2800. So if it doesn't hold 2800, so then the next support is around 2460. So that is the next support level. Hopefully, it doesn't come there. So let's say if it holds 2800 and then, you know, starts moving up. Okay. So, but quite a good correction, like from 3700 to 2800, almost like $1,000 correction that has happened. It's almost like 25%, more than 25% of the stock has been corrected. So looks good at the current price point, but just keep an eye. It should stay about 2800. So below that, 2400. Okay. So that's it. But this week, I hope you will have a good week. Next week seems to be some, you know, pretty interesting week with a lot of earnings. Hope you'll find this analysis useful. Happy trading and happy investing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a good week. Bye-bye.